What's up? What's up? What's up? Just woke up. I'm DZ De Niro. I DVR'd the show, the Whitney Houston show that's on Lifetime. I must say, it was a good movie. It's not the greatest movie. It's not like The Temptations or nothing, or not like the Ray Charles story or nothing like that. But it was after watching what Whitney Houston did to that Aaliyah movie, that hatchet job, that shipwreck of a movie that Lifetime put out through Wendy Williams. I'm glad that this wasn't as bad as that. This was a breath of fresh air compared to that movie. It was good. To start off, the characters look similar to the people they want to portray. And I feel the Aaliyah movie, the characters was way off. If you saw that movie, don't even watch it, don't even support it. But this movie, they made the characters similar. The only one, Eddie Murphy. Why they had Eddie Murphy looking like an 80-year-old man? Whoever played Eddie Murphy, they had him looking old and outdated. They really dissed Eddie Murphy on that. They must don't like Eddie Murphy. But anyway, I feel they started off good because the characters looked similar to, so we could actually enjoy the movie thinking it's the real people. Like, you start falling into the movie if the characters are similar to the people that they're supposed to portray. And another thing, I'm glad that they got into the Clive Davis situation. Like, I'm in the industry. I owned a record label in the early 90s, my own record label. I was an artist. I still am an artist because I ghostwrite, I produce. And I feel there's a lot of things in the industry a lot of people don't know, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I had my own company, but I didn't blow up in the 90s because I didn't have that power, because I had all the equipment. I had like over $40,000-$50,000 worth of equipment, allegedly, because I don't want nobody going back. How the hell you get all that money back then? Well, anyway, I'm MDZ De Niro, money just pops up. But anyway, allegedly, I had all this equipment and everything, and I had the power, I had the artists, I had the talent, but you need the distribution. And I couldn't get that link for the distribution. They kept offering me, all the distribution companies wanted to offer me like a production company deal. And I was my own entity. All I just needed them was to put it in the stores. But that was the pitfalls back then. Now, we, as a people, this digital era, we got to take advantage of this. Now we don't need these companies. We don't need these distribution companies. We are our own artists. We can put our own music out. The power of social media, like what we're using now, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. This makes us powerful as a people. We got to take advantage of that. But back to the movie. Clive Davis, people like that are pimps. And it's been like that for years. The record company has no love for the artist. And I'm glad they showed that. It's like when Whitney got pregnant, and this was her first child. She just went through a miscarriage. She was crying, like she was horrified. Imagine a woman losing her child. And she wanted a child so bad. She wanted somebody that could unconditionally love her. And she lose her first child. Now she has a chance again. She has a child. She's just happy. Now she don't want to be the artist. She don't want to be out there on the stage. She want to be there with her family, with her new husband and her new child. But what Clive Davis says, yo, look, I just saw the numbers. Look, I saw the stats. That movie you just did, the soundtrack, is bringing in that money. I need you to get back out on the street and make me some more money. And she like, Clive, I just had a child. I want to take off my child and spend some time with my children, my husband, raise my child. Be there in those beginning years, the most important years of a child's life, the nurturing years. But Clive looking at her like, what? I'm going to lose money if you do that. I need you to be out there on those streets. And since he couldn't convince Whitney to do it, what does the snake do? He called Bobby Brown up. So Bobby Brown is all happy thinking, telling his wife, yo, Clive Davis want me. And she like, what do he want you for? He's like, I don't know, he probably want to sign me. And she like, aren't you already signed the MCA? But you know, Clive Davis belongs to a larger company. So Barbie was happy, like, yo, I could get down with Clive Davis. So Barbie gets down there all happy, thinking he's going about to switch companies and everything. They're gonna offer him more money. Clive just looks at him like a little dude, like, yo, and explains him. This where's the pimping part comes in. I understand y'all have a new child and everything, but the numbers is saying that Whitney Houston is blowing up right now. We need her back out there on the street promoting this soundtrack, making us this money. Yo, it'd be beneficial for you and your family. I need you to convince your wife to get back out there in the street. That's crazy, but that's how it really be. So I'm glad that they put that out there, that these execs don't have no love for the artists. Like, look at Tony Braxton, TLC. You had all these artists going diamond, selling tens of millions of dollars worth of records. The companies is getting rich. These execs is getting rich. But when the artists don't make no money because they sign these messed up contracts, and people like, oh, they blame the artists for signing these contracts. Yo, the back then, the record company was like the mob. It was like 5 powerful record companies that control everything. If you didn't sign to them, you wasn't really getting nowhere. So if you don't sign these contracts, whatever option you had. So people that be like, oh, they shouldn't have signed. If they didn't sign, they would never get anywhere. So they felt the need to sign. But me, as an ex-owner of my own record label, I feel if my artist is doing horrible and I'm living great, why not give them a little small proportion of your money to help your artist on your feet? That's your artist. You're supposed to protect your asset. You're supposed to protect your artist. You don't supposed to pimp your artist. What a pimp doesn't care about your well-being. A pimp just cares about you making money for them. But somebody that actually cares and want to protect their investment, they make sure their investment is right. Like, if I got millions and millions of dollars and my artist is struggling, why not be like, yo, here go a couple $100,000, you know, to help you out with yourself, to get you back on your feet. You don't have to give them millions, but you could help them. You could give them enough money to live comfortably and help them maintain their life, or help them with their business affairs, explain to them like what they're doing wrong, offer them insight into things. You don't got to just pimp them dry. And then later on you hear these horror stories about dudes on the street, women on the street, because they're broke. But anyway, fast forward back to this Whitney story. Why was the first love scene, not all the love scenes, but why was the first love scene horrible? Was they dry humping? Was it 2 grown adults in the bed dry humping? Was Bobby Brown fully dressed and Whitney fully dressed and he was on her back like, ooh, baby, ooh, baby? Was he dry humping her with pants on? Yo, I understand this is a Lifetime show, but who the hell dry humps? What grown adult dry humps? I know if I ever get famous and y'all do my story, make my sex scenes real to my personal life. You know, I be doing that acrobatic stuff in the bed. So make sure the actors or actresses that play me and my girl, make sure they do all those acrobatics that I be doing. Lifting them up in the air, using my muscles like, pow! Make sure they do all of that, and don't have them doing no dry humping. I'll come back from the dead, be like, what the? Don't have them dry humping in my movie. That was horrible. But I ain't gonna front, it got better. So that's why I blame them for that dry humping, because the next scenes, it was more sensual. I know that's what they want to make it sensual, like they was in love. So, you know, they showed the second scene, they showed the silhouette of Whitney Houston's back all the way to like the little crack, like not too much, but just a little crack, and they showed them kissing and rubbing on each other. That was sensual. So I understand where they was going with that. But they should have did that with the first scene. What the hell was that dry humping about? That dry humping was crazy. Yo, say something in the comments. I want to know how y'all feel about that dry humping. Anyway, and I'm also glad that they kept it real about the drugs. Because a lot of people for years been blaming Bobby Brown for Whitney Houston's drug use. And I know a lot of people that I knew personally that there's a lot of, usually it's the woman that has, I'm not going to blame all women, but a lot of times I know a lot of guys that fall prey to drug use because they get with a woman that's using drugs. And as God, the power of the P is a powerful thing. Guys will do anything for the P. If they got to use with the woman to get the P, some of these lame dudes do. And I feel with Whitney, she ran in those circles of people that was using high-end drugs. Bobby Brown was running in the circles of people that was smoking weed. And I feel when he got with her, that's probably where both worlds collided. And he probably started using what she was using because that was his wife. That's the woman he loved. He wanted to be close to his woman, so he started doing that. And it never ends up good. Like, and I think it spiral out of control because both of those people are passionate people. People don't understand when you're passionate, emotional people, like not emotional sensitive like Drake, but yeah, like Drake is a passionate person too. But when you're passionate people that's like, you know, involved, like have a level of love for things in life and for your craft, you can't use drugs. Drugs and passionate people do not mix. People like that spiral out of control because they're already emotionally messed up. So when they start using the drugs, it just puts their emotions on a whirlwind. And I think that's where it spiral out of control. Where both of them together, two passionate people on drugs, they probably was at war all the time, at love all the time. And that's how it showed in the movie. They was loving each other hard, they was hating each other hard, but then they was back loving each other because they both was in the same boat. They both was on that same ship. They both was using the same drugs. They both was involved in the same stuff. I'm glad they showed that side. But yo, what's up with Bobby Brown and him? And he was the true bad boy of hip hop. He's the true bad boy of R&B because he was shooting them clubs up. Y'all might not know what shooting the club up, but he was shooting the club up. Y'all might not know what that means, but I'm explaining. When you shoot the club up, that means you get a woman pregnant. Like when we say, yo, he shot that club up, that means he got her pregnant. Bobby Brown was shooting all the clubs up. He had a baby over here, baby over there, baby over there. He go sleep with a girl a quick second, boom, 9 months later she pregnant. He was shooting the clubs up. One word, Bobby. Condoms. Use them. But overall, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. And the main thing, the greatest part of the movie, the greatest part of the movie, I saved for last, the greatest part of the movie. The main thing I loved about this movie, I absolutely, I love this part of the movie, was a part that they actually left out. That part they left out was Ray J. I'm glad they didn't put Ray J. I'm glad they didn't put Brandy's little brother in this damn movie. And Ray J, he could get mad like, yo, who this dude calling me Brandy's little brother? It's MDZ De Niro. Brandy's little brother, I'm glad they didn't put you in this movie. Because that would have messed the whole movie up. It would have negated everything positive about the movie. It would have just messed it up. I'm glad they left him out of it. So, all in all, it was a great movie. Go watch it. Go see it. MDZ De Niro, signing out. Peace.